Kiss my Emhyr.
Hello everyone, I'm making this video to show you the largest piece of restored content in The Witcher 3. It is part of the Brothers-in-Arms mod, and it's what they call The Lodge Arrest. I've referred to it as Yennefer's betrayal in previous videos, but however you wish to call it, before it was removed, it used to be a major part of the game's ending, and it served as a conclusion to the plot involving the Lodge of Sorceresses. In short, up until the final stages of development, Yennefer and Emhyr were meant to have a secret behind the scenes, where in exchange for Yennefer's freedom and the Emperor's resources, she was going to deliver to him the Lodge of Sorceresses. All the promises that Yennefer made to Margarita, Fringilla, and Philippa about how Emhyr will grant them amnesty if they help in the search for Ciri, all of that was a lie. And in the very end, Yennefer was supposed to betray them and deliver them all to Nilfgaard. This does make a certain amount of sense. Unlike the Netflix show, Yennefer did not lead the Lodge in the books. Quite the opposite, she was never on good terms with them, and they had their own plans for Ciri. Also, given their power, as well as their rejection of authority, it makes sense that Emhyr would wish to get rid of them. However, not long before the game came out, this whole thing was dropped completely. But luckily, the team behind the Brothers-in-Arms mod was able to restore pretty much the entire scenario. Now, I have actually covered a sort of alpha version of it a year ago, but since then there have been some notable improvements. First and foremost, it is now publicly available, but also it should be a lot closer to the state that CDPR envisioned. The current version involves a lot less guesswork and a more accurate portrayal and positioning of all the assets and NPCs and the way they are meant to look and behave, as well as a few new cutscenes. For example, there is now a proper transition from the battle with Eredin into the new content, as well as a fully rendered escape by Triss. So let us do a quick walkthrough. First, you have to load up a save before the final battle with Eredin and just keep playing. Once you defeat him, Yennefer jumps in to save you, but instead of going straight to the shore with her, we find ourselves in the waters nearby, and Ciri is calling out for us.
Damned portals.
Geralt! Damn it, where are you?
Ciri! Ciri!
Meanwhile, Yennefer appears on a boat with more survivors, but unfortunately Geralt loses consciousness.
Geralt! Over here!
I'd love to hear from the developers if this scene was intended to be this way, where Yennefer helps Geralt and then tries to help some others, perhaps? Or was this the closest approximation that they could come up with? Another possibility is that Yennefer was never meant to teleport Geralt at all, and he was supposed to jump out of the ship instead. At any rate, we then wake up in the Nilfgaardian camp, surrounded by plague doctors, and Yennefer is waiting outside.
Nessentensa, Islamels aan de bouwt lof, Eigrich, gebouwt verdij, naam verdij. Es gelegt diamant ver kwal en nooit nesse is aan de erdogois.
I'll take that bed.
Oran, weerig. Es susek nasula, kersen. Duvel hell.
Es an wat gern? How many fingers do you see?
Get that out of my face. 5. Satisfied?
Vloe de Kleed. He's lucid. Completely recovered. Remarkable.
Where am I?
In a field hospital. On Unvik.
All right. Freeing up this bed.
You must not exert yourself.
Then don't try to stop me. Wait. Where's Ciri?
Es fe veirig en wat gern ath braith. Ach, Grenad.
In Philippa's oralus scrivin es balla es athbre. Es me ep dirslu.
Es fe kraide.
Endra. Nes vios.
Es go dev. Math. Fasil tovian es quirep clue. Evan, sabame.
En sava?
Ke esse bar in kas. Ep beseta.
Like lim scheisse!
Evan vedrai. Es quiran propar na tienge snag.
Geralt! Over here!
If you've come to visit, you're too late. Just signed out.
I'm sorry. I tried to find flowers and chocolate, but there were none to be had. Are you all right?
Guess so. You?
Exhausted, freezing, haven't slept in 3 days. But nothing needs amputating, so I shan't complain.
Just curious. Who won?
No one. Once Crach fell, the Skelligers abandoned the battlefield. Emhyr has taken Unvik, but lost so many men in the process he'll not keep the island for long.
Right. So hundreds are dead and things will go back to where they started.
An ordinary day at war.
Where's Ciri?
What? I thought you knew.
All I know is Avalok might have betrayed us.
Come. Triss is next door. Let's grab her, then get the other women. We must prepare a locating spell.
Now, there are a whole bunch of variations in this restored content, which were all fully voiced. You know, different dialogue for Triss romance, Yennefer romance, no romance, Ceres is queen, Hjalmar is king, Svanriga is king, Radovid is alive or dead, and so on and so forth. But I will not show them here since I addressed every single one of them in last year's video, so instead we'll push on with the main story and I might still show you the variations in the end.
Must you always walk your own path? Fine, I shall wait.
Who will pay your ransom? Relations? Your lord?
Ransom? Good one. Listen, lad. You're not on the continent. And this ain't no knightly tourney. We don't expect mercy from you. You shouldn't expect it from us.
Ah, then you will get the axe on the morrow.
Want to talk? Got a couple of minutes?
2? Yes, but no more.
Ashen-haired woman, scar on her cheek.
You waste my time. Soldier, show him out of the camp.
Looking for her on the Emperor's orders. Was she here?
No, but should I see one fitting your description, I will report it personally.
At ease. Their ransom. I'll pay it.
You? What is your stake in this?
Don't have one. Just don't like seeing people die for no reason. How much?
Put your purse away, Witcher. Gesture appreciated. But I'll not be bought like a ram at market. Remove my shackles and fight me for my freedom. Go at it with yous with my bare hands.
You see, it's no use with these barbarians.
Next up, we return Crach's body to his family. Previously, this scene took place outside, but now it's in one of the buildings.
Nesamar ata. Esva angek kwan. Esaf vurshnit sperde essanaga.
Esse orde. Hevangen esse getan en jarl forklad.
Esse fior. Ke waste nois denkva.
Kerter.
Geralt,
You're all right.
Frozen stiff once, almost drowned twice. Got cut up many times, but yeah, still in one piece. Crach wasn't so lucky.
They'll pay him the proper respects. There is that. Emhyr agreed to hand over the body.
Poor consolation.
To you, perhaps. But in Skellige, a good funeral is as important as a good life.
Surprisingly compassionate. Didn't think Emhyr had it in him.
He may not be the most merciful ruler the continent's ever known, but he recognizes courage. Appreciates it, even.
Gods be with you. We've prepared the body, followed your customs, your rites.
Step back. Ivar, John, take my father.
We know your Jarls leave this world with gifts. The Emperor offers this sword. The wild boar of the sea was our foe, but he died a hero's death. Emhyr var Emreis wishes to honor him with a last salute.
Honor! He dares speak of honor! I'll take the damn sword, and vow on my dad's body I will not rest until I take your Emperor's head off with it! Geralt, what? Saw you as my ally. As a friend of Skellige.
I am, but sometimes you have to work with your enemies.
Go away.
It's time.
Something the matter?
Triss, Avalok's taken Ciri somewhere. We must locate her.
I understand. Come with me.
In a moment. First, I'd like to give you something. A modest gift.
Nice gesture. Pretty unexpected, too.
Well, I too can be nice, it seems.
Sure chose an interesting moment.
I wish to do my friend a kindness. No time more appropriate than now. Triss, not everything's been as it should between us. I felt a peace offering was in order.
A brooch of Kaviri silver. Thank you. But I don't have anything for you.
No matter. I don't need anything.
Yen, is something wrong? Something besides Ciri?
No, nothing. All is in order. Well, we've chatted enough. Wipe away your tears and let's be off.
Esse diese ava, ich voet Sintra, de linga, Yarmeria. Aknath esse der gelik.
Aes Sintra.
Aes sanes. Raig might am onder vergassetel.
I saw you in Vizima.
Mind if I sit?
No, Master Witcher, not at all. Fire enough for everyone.
Vodka, though. That is a different story.
Fighting at Sintra's nothing to brag about.
Is that so? Why the hell not?
No glory in being a butcher.
They should have surrendered, not shunned the hand the Empire extended. They deserve to be punished.
If believing that helps you sleep at night, fine. Congratulations. Looking for a woman with ashen hair, scar on her cheek.
Call me a war criminal, then ask to know what I have seen. Piss off, Nordling.
Looking for a woman with ashen hair, scar on her cheek.
You speak of the one who went after the phantoms.
This again. For the 100th time, Aldrich. That was a vision. You'd been heavy.
Yeah, that's the one. Was she here?
No. During the battle, that was when I saw her. I was in the crow's nest when the sea turned to ice. Who Who was she?
A witcher. So long.
In addition to these veterans of Cintra here, we have a whole new group of NPCs. I can't recall ever seeing such people elsewhere. I think they are meant to be shipwrecked Nilfgaardians, covered in blankets to warm themselves up.
Can we talk?
Yes, so long as you're brief. Sergeant is watching.
Seen an ashen-haired woman?
Here, in the water. Naught but men here. This is war. There was one in the battle, but her mane was red.
Forcing women to fight? Barbarians.
A vixen. What happened to her?
When the ships locked, she jumped on board. Eldar faced her. He hesitated. She didn't. Ran him through with a boat hook. Me. I did not hesitate.
Farewell.
Heard of the Vryheid Brigade?
Yen,
Your
the
guy.
Elder Blood. Why does Avallac'h need it? What's he want from Ciri?
I don't know. Perhaps the same as Eredin wanted? Perhaps his alliance with us was all about taking Eredin's place.
Damn it. I was so hoping this battle would be it. Would be the end. And we could catch our breath. Finally rest.
Oh no, my dear. The best is still to come.
But nothing's left of the school. Radovid burned the whole of Thanedd to the ground. Thank you, dear. That's plenty.
All the more reason to train new sorceresses. Make it our highest priority. We are a species at risk of extinction.
Yes, Geralt. What is it?
Ciri. I don't know where she is.
Again? This is growing tiresome.
Not in the mood, Philippa. Avallac'h. I think he's betrayed us.
Understood. We can locate her, provided you bring Yen here.
Yen has searched for Ciri in the past, you see. She knows her magical signature, so...
Not interested in the details. I'll go get Yen. I'm back, with Triss and Yen.
At last, confirmation of your merry threesome.
Save your teasing for later. We gotta find Ciri. Now.
If she's nearby, I should see her.
Let us hope. Fringilla, be a dear and hand me the basin. I presume all here know the Venerable Geoffrey Monk's Cantus Locali incantation.
Quit being a diva and get to work.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Not everyone. I don't.
Then stand aside and don't bother us. Sinelehen iker, ardane aikun.
Any progress, Lady Yennefer?
We're close, Your Majesty. Tracking the Elder Blood can be difficult, but...
Continue.
I see her! She's still in Skellige. Nearby.
Somewhere on this isle.
Avelian et Seyara, Ranoi ke Eskenkoi, Esfidelian Innesep Irem, Yarinain, and Shed Fortuven.
As you can see, Your Majesty, sorceresses can be useful allies.
As are unfortunate.
But we kept our end of the bargain.
I shall consider it a mitigating circumstance.
No! Please, no!
Hands!
They flam.
This must be a misunderstanding. Yen, tell them. You negotiated, obtained amnesty for us.
You bitch! You lying bitch!
Calm yourselves, my dears. If we are to die, let us do so with dignity. I congratulate you, sister. Even I could not commit an act so despicable. Unhand me. I shall walk on my own.
Say something, Geralt.
Trust me, you don't want to hear it.
Marigold escaped. How shocking. One might surmise she had some help.
One might, Your Majesty, but we mustn't surmise lest we cast blame unjustly. And we mustn't forget, Triss spent the last 6 months evading witch hunters. She clearly had a teleportation spell at the ready were she to be cornered or caught.
Clearly. We will discuss this later. For now, join the search. That is an order.
I don't take orders from you.
You have no choice. One word and my soldiers will take your head.
Kiss my ass, Emhyr.
Okay, before we proceed, I have to address something. When I played the alpha, I was under the impression that Yennefer was supposed to compromise the location spell, so that in addition to showing where Ciri is, it would also sap the Lodge from their magical abilities and leave them exposed, or something like that. But it still doesn't happen, so if the developers can comment on that, I'd be happy to hear it.
Este Lied an Skip. Oder de Vagetten, Iledrethin I fragen.
Ja, Kerze.
Search the beach to start? Geralt, I did help Triss escape. Once it's over, you'll go to Kavir, live happily ever after.
What I do once it's over is not your concern. We need to focus on Ciri. What do you think Avallac'h wants from her?
Same as Eredin, I imagine. He will use her to open a gate between the worlds.
We can now see Emhyr moving towards his ship instead of being left behind.
Do not provoke me. Do not provoke me. Do not provoke me.
And we continue to the place where we normally get teleported with Yennefer. And it all flows so seamlessly into it. It's clear to me that this was once the intended way to play it.
What the? That a storm?
Geralt, look!
Afterwards, there is one more tiny addition where we part ways with Yennefer before meeting Avallac'h.
Damn! Avallac'h surrounded the tower with a magic barricade!
Can you dismantle it?
Dismantle? No, I can make a tear at best. But only for a moment, because there's no...
Specifics, Yen. Will we both get through?
No! You must go alone!
Normally, there is no dialogue choice here. This option plays automatically.
I'll come back. With Ciri.
I know! Agared! Tirgate! Agared! Now, Geralt! I'm fine! Now go! And give Avallac'h my heartfelt regards!
But now we have another one, which likely reflects the possibility that Geralt can be angry with Yennefer for what she's done.
Get to work.
Agared! Tirgate! Agared! Now, Geralt! I'll be fine! Go!
And that's basically it. Now, a question you might have is, why was this removed? It certainly leaves the Lodge plot hanging without it, and the answer is, I don't know, but I do suspect that it was part of the ongoing effort to make Yennefer more likable. If we trace the older stages of development, you'll see that both Yennefer's involvement in the main story and her personal quests were gradually changed over and over to portray her in a bit more positive light, because initially she was even meaner and more aggressive, and so on. If the developers at Brothers in Arms have any more clues, do tell us, and if not, I still thank them for this wonderful mod, and I urge you all to check the description so you can try this and all the other restorations for yourselves. In the meantime, I shall try to quickly show you all of the dialogue variations, and I'll use my old footage of it, because I went back and forth a million times back then.
If you've come to visit, you're too late. Just signed out.
I'm sorry. I tried to find flowers and chocolate, but there were none to be had. Are you all right?
Guess so. You?
Exhausted, freezing, haven't slept in 3 days. But nothing needs amputating, so I shan't complain.
If you've come to visit, you're too late. Just signed out.
Medics prescribe anything for your terrible sense of humor?
No, I'm a hopeless case.
Exceptionally accurate diagnosis. I'm glad you're... well. You had me worried.
Geralt, you're all right.
Frozen stiff once, almost drowned twice. Got cut up many times, but yeah, still in one piece. Crach wasn't so lucky.
Geralt, you're all right.
I hate to interrupt this tender scene, but it's inappropriate just now.
We know your Jarls leave this world with gifts. The Emperor offers this sword.
Father has his own sword. A simple one. Unadorned, no gemstones. He will wield that on his path.
Honor! He dares speak of honor! I'll take the damn sword, and vow on my dad's body I will not rest until I take your Emperor's head off with it!
Emperor pays tribute to Crach, while his black-clad legions burn our villages. Follow strange ways on the continent. Geralt? Why? I thought you were a friend to us, Skelligers.
Geralt? You? Here? I thought you my friend. A friend of Skellige.
Geralt, what? Saw you as my ally. As a friend of Skellige.
I am, but sometimes you have to work with your enemies.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Go away.
I'm a friend to no man and no land. I'm a witcher.
Take care of what you must, then be gone from our isles. Sorry, Geralt, not now.
Go. Be gone. Not the time nor the place for conversation.
We'll talk another time, White Wolf. Be gone. Be gone.
Barbarians.
No other way.
No.
Marigold escaped. How shocking.
Heard of basic decency? Thought there might be some lines you wouldn't cross.
Not where Ciri is concerned.
Marigold escaped. How shocking.
Say something, Geralt.
Trust me, you don't want to hear it.
Marigold escaped. How shocking.
Search the beach to start?
What's next for them?
Interrogation, torture, then death, possibly. Philippa, certainly. I'm not proud of myself, Geralt. But as it is, I've risked much by saving Triss.
I understand. We need to focus on Ciri.
Search the beach to start?
What's next for them?
Interrogation, torture, then death, possibly. Philippa, certainly. I'm not proud of myself, Geralt. But as it is, I've risked much by saving Triss.
I understand. And thank you. for helping us.
No more. Please.
Right. We need to focus on Ciri.
Search the beach to start? Geralt, I did help Triss escape. Why do the others even concern you?
You serious? If that's really your question, no way you'd understand my answer. We need to focus on Ciri. What do you think Avlok wants from her?
Same as Eredin, I imagine. Search the beach to start? Geralt, I did help Triss escape. Once it's over, you'll go to Kovir, live happily ever after.
What I do once it's over is not your concern. We need to focus on Ciri.
That was all I had. Thank you very much for watching. Special thanks to my supporters and YouTube members, and again to the wonderful modders at Brothers in Arms. Until the next video, stay tuned and be good.